All right, this is the weekly August COMEX Gold video newsletter for the week of Monday, June 24th. Last week, significant rally. Excuse me. We clearly settled above a key area that is currently at 1377.5. 1377.5 is this high from July of 16. And more importantly, is this descending two-thirds speed line projected off the 2011 all-time high. I'm quite sure that is all-time. I'm not looking at my long-term charts, but in any event, it is the more significant high. Let me actually just take a quick peek here to make sure that that is, in fact, I'm going to go with a monthly chart here. Yes, that is the all-time high. Anyway, so let me get back to square one here. We settled above this key area. It can absorb selling really through the balance of the year, at least through the third quarter, depending on how long it takes to get to our next price target, which is, and I don't know why this formation left me, but it's at 1511.6 this week, climbing gradually. So I've got this as kind of a 2 to 3 month objective. If current volatility stays as spiked as it is right now, we might get up there by the end of July, quite possibly. And this is a formation that can contain annual buying pressures if or when tested. Now, if we close above 1511.6 at the end of any given week, the market takes on a more hyperbolic dynamic. And in fact, I've got little price levels all the way up. Let's take a look at some of those actually while I've got this rolling here. These are the long-term Fibonacci retracement levels. This 1588.2, if we closed above 1511.6 this week, well, it's not going to happen this week, but let's say over the next month or two, we close above that formation I just showed you. Then 1588.2, becomes the next multi-week objective. I think 3 to 5 weeks is quite possible if volatility remains as spiked as it has been. But there's nothing to say if by that point in time we're pushing well into this old sort of two-sided consolidator framework, and I wouldn't be surprised that if we settle above 1511.6, this market takes on a more church steeple rally approach, not altogether different than what we saw here from 2009 into the 2011 high, where we could once again at least push into the 1790s, these old highs, 1804.4, 1798.1, possibly 1923.7 high, the all-time 2011 high, possible with a settlement above that channel formation. So this is all real big picture stuff that's almost irrelevant at this point in time, but it does need to be sort of shown, obviously. So let's talk between now and the end of the third quarter. We are bullish above 1377.5 to 83.5. This is a good area to buy into on a dip if the market gives you that chance. And then once again, above which the next several months expected to yield bullish continuation in the low 1500 area. Now, let's take a look at the newsletter itself because I've got some levels all the way up. By the way, let me show you 1398.1. That's just below the market right now. And I did have that illustrated last week. It is just the channel top that we settled above. Last week it was at 1395.4. Now it's at 98.1. So this is your day support. Under most circumstances, I would call this a weekly level, but I really don't want to crowd this area. I want to more or less emphasize this support zone in the 1377.5 to 83.5 area. But 98.1 is a decent session containment level, and above which this market remains decidedly bullish for the week ahead. And in fact, I've got 1434 even. That is likely. We actually might test that Monday or Tuesday, possibly 1462.5. 1484.6 is a Fibonacci retracement level. Let me go back to that, and you can kind of visualize to see. I should have this a little bit. Okay, that's a 50% retracement, 1484.6. Can we get there this week? Sure, we could if we had another week like last week. But I think realistically, we're 2 to 3 weeks from testing this 1484.6. And that formation, it's not a formation, it's a 50% retracement from the 11 high to the 15 low. It can absorb monthly buying pressures if or when tested. So let's just say that it can contain buying through July. But if we close the week above 1484.6, then you should anticipate this 1511.62 to 3 month target in as little as 2 to 3 weeks or less. So keep that in mind. Let's go back to the newsletter itself. So I've got 1434 even and 62.5. Both of these levels you should allow this week. If we close any day above 1434 even, then 62.5 is expected within a day, 2 or 3. And if we close above 1462.5, then we're just a mere day, 2 or 3 away from testing this 1484.6 long-term 50% retracement, where I've got it as a weekly containment level. I did say it could contain July highs, and this is true, but I really don't want, I just want to emphasize the fact that the low 1500 area remains our target, and it is potentially in reach by the end of July, given currently heightened volatility. Now let's talk downside. In the event that we, if we close any day this week below 1377.5, then 1349.8 is in reach within several days. I'll show you that in a moment. But if we close the week itself below 1377.5, I do believe we've seen a good move high, possibly a good 2019 high. And then I've got 1316.6 then expected within 3 to 5 weeks at the most. And by the end of July or into August trade, 1288.3. This is the ultimate target right here if we close the week back below 1377.5. And let me show you that. This video is running on a bit, but it actually needs to show you everything that I've got going here. There's your 1349.8. It's nothing more than the February high. There's your 1316.6, this former channel structure we settled above a few weeks ago that did indicate bullish continuation into the 1380s, which we settled above last week. Let me take a quick look. There it is. There it is. So if we close back below 1377.5 this week, this area, we could get there by the end of July, 1288.3. And in fact, I think there's a good chance within 2 to 3 weeks we could get down to 1288.3. 1288.3 can absorb selling, say, through August trade. It is also the formation to settle below on a weekly basis to indicate a good 2019 high once and for all. And as I just mentioned, if we close below 1377.5, I have a sneaking suspicion we've put out a good 2019 high. But that is entirely confirmed from my point of view with a settlement below 1288.3. And that's really all I've got to say 8 minutes into this weekly gold video.